Hi everyone. Before we enter the new year, I thought I'd just do one final microvlog for the end of the year. And since it's the end of the year, I thought it would be interesting to take a look back at some of the highlights from my first year transitioning into my second year of work. Three highlights. Firstly, I gave a couple of public talks or lectures, I guess you can say, this year. I went to Penang to give a talk. A couple of months later, so that was in May. 1 or 2 months later, I gave the same talk again in UM for the UM Health Academia Month and Research Carnival. I was talking about the association between oral health and systemic health. So those were the first two talks. And then in November, I gave a webinar in UM for other academic staff in the university about teaching Gen Z. So I shared some tips, shared some insights about Gen Z, how they are as students, how they learn, and how we as academicians can not say cater, but we can modify our teaching methods to effectively teach Gen Z. So that was one highlight. Second highlight, I have published, I think, 5 media articles this year in newspapers and in online portals. First article was about STEM education, getting our younger generation interested in STEM. Second article was about education, about using TikTok to reach out to the younger generation to get them interested in the tertiary education. Third article was for World AIDS Day, where I wrote about the association between oral health and AIDS, HIV. Fourth article was just a couple of weeks ago, as the number of COVID cases in Malaysia is rising. I wrote an article to remind people about being cautious with the spread of COVID. And my fifth article, which was just only published today, is about making oral health a New Year's resolution. So usually for New Year's, people who do resolutions, they have some health-related resolutions, like going to the gym more often or eating more healthily. So I suggested that if you want to focus on health, you should also focus on your oral health as a New Year's resolution. So that was my second highlight. Third highlight, I've been involved in a lot of research projects over the years, always as a student or as an RA. And in my first year of work, I was also a co-researcher or a co-supervisor for other people's grants. But this year, I got my first ever grant where I am the principal investigator myself. Woo. It's an early career researcher grant. It's an internal grant in UM, and it will go on for 2 years. So I am now in the process of applying for ethical application. No, I am applying for ethical approval for the research, and I will need to make some adjustments to the budget, which was already approved. I talked about that in a previous video. And I need to start looking for a master's student. Since it's a 2-year project, it will only be a master's student. Yep, so those were my 3 highlights of the year. What was the first one? I forgot what the first one was already. Oh yeah, giving some public talks. Second one was having my writing published in local media, in newspapers and online portals. And third, being awarded my first research grant. Good way to close out the year, and hopefully 2024 will be another good year, maybe an even better year, who knows. I already have some things planned out for the upcoming year which are new to me as an academic staff, some experiences which I haven't had before, but I don't want to mention anything. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, as you say. So if things work out, then I'll share the news with you all. Alright, that's it for today. Have a happy new year, and I will see you in the next video.